This is some of the aftermath left by Hurricane Michael as crops, trees, and buildings were blown over by more than 100-mile-an-hour wind. One of the crops most affected was cotton, as this year's bumper yield was wiped away in a matter of hours. And the timing of the storm couldn't have been any worse.
We had a hurricane last year, which hurt some people, and this year the cotton crop was looking really good. People thought they were going to get that money back, sort of get on solid financial ground, and then just as they were starting to harvest the cotton, Hurricane Michael came in and took a lot of it away. People went from 1,300 pound an acre cotton to nothing left worth sending the picker through the field. One of the worst parts of this is that's at the end of the season, so you spent all the money growing it. It's the absolute worst time to have a hurricane.
But despite the nearly $600 million of estimated damage to this crop, the impact on the world market probably won't be that noticed.
Cotton, I think what we lost, even though it was a huge amount for Georgia, wasn't that huge an amount in terms of world cotton supply. So I don't think we'll see a big bump up in cotton prices or anything else.
The same, however, cannot be said for pecans. With Georgia being the largest producer in the nation, the lack of production caused by the storm here in the state should keep prices strong despite the trade tariffs with China.
This took a lot of supply out of the equation, should help firm up those pecan prices. So at least if you have nuts left, you should get a good price for them. If I had pecans left, I would be trying to get them to market early if I could. I don't know that holding on is going to make things better, but certainly it's a year where if you weren't damaged by the hurricanes, you want to do a really good job of harvesting because every one of those nuts is going to be worth more than usual.
That's not the only nut market that could be affected. Even though the peanut crop around the state wasn't severely damaged, the structures that housed the crop were.
We lost very few peanuts in the storm, but we suffered damage to every peanut buying point in southwest Georgia. If we don't find a way to buy the peanuts and store the peanuts, because the storage facilities were damaged too, we could lose enough peanuts to affect the price of peanuts and peanut butter.
As for the next step farmers affected by the storm should take, it's important to stay up to date with upcoming disaster relief payouts and avoid taking on debt as much as possible.
If we don't know something in December, it's going to be too late, that we can't get disaster relief 6 months from now because everybody's got to pay those loans, they got to get new loans if they're going to stay in business, and we need to know what our financial situation is. So I think the thing is try and get that information as soon as you can and figure out a way so that you can go forward without having a debt load that's just completely unbearable. Adjust to that new reality and move forward. So everybody I've talked to, they're moving forward. They're fixing the damage, they're getting ready to go on, and they're all busy trying to figure out a way to stay in business and keep growing crops in Georgia.
Reporting from Athens, I'm Damon Jones for the Farm Monitor.